What's going on, everybody? Shah here. Hope you're all having a good day. Hope you've had a good summer. So yeah, it's been a month, maybe two, since I've uploaded any videos. Maybe a little longer for some Minecraft. And I see a magma cube back there in that curious looking box. so yeah. Anyway, how are you? How are you? Hope you're all good. Pretty neat looking little cactus here, huh? Some pretty bushes, some pretty pathways. Yeah, these buildings rock too, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, huh? Yeah, the buildings here are from MC Jetty's Lost City. Yeah, I think that's how you say his name. Hope that's how you say the name. I always get it wrong. I always feel like I'm getting it wrong anyway, even when I'm getting it right. Anyway, so spawn's over here. I'm not sure if I'm going to make this a map-based pack or if we're just going to go with a pack, a generic pack. Oh yeah, by the way, this is my pack, District 42. Yeah, welcome to District 42. I'm still working on the part that comes after that. I'm kind of leaning towards District 42, the living's last stand. I don't know. It just doesn't quite flow so much. But I like District 42 for the name. Anyway, mods. I guess you all would like to know what mods we have. So let's see. Now, all the mods aren't listed here. This is just a majority. Like I know at the top here, for some reason, it's not showing advanced rocketry. Don't know why, but it's not. So advanced rocketry is here at the top someplace. So I'm just going to name some mods and point out things you might not see in normal packs. And we'll talk about the pack a little bit here. So like we got calculator here, and where's chickens? I just saw chickens. And so we got some OP type stuff going on. We got some deco craft for some, make it look pretty. Ender utilities, probably don't see it in a lot of packs. We've got mine factory reloaded, open blocks. Both are haven't been out for a while. At least I haven't seen them in any 1.10 packs. So they're here. We got the hatchery. We got loot bags. There's mine factory reloaded. More chickens. Mystical agriculture. Down here we got Project E. I don't know if it actually shows in this list, but Project E is in the pack. And I'm sure a lot of you are saying to yourself, goodness, that's a lot of OP type stuff. Overlord. You ever want to be a necromancer and control a whole bunch of oh goodness, don't unhover. Overlord. Be a little necromancer and control a little army of undead skeletons. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. So both AE and refined storage are in the pack. And there's a reason why it's OP and a whole lot of duplicate type stuff, all being tech related for the most part. And that's because this pack is going to be designed and the quests are going to be geared towards new players that's learning the pack and kind of getting them to fast forward through a lot of stuff to get them into, you know, things they may have seen their favorite YouTubers or other videos, you know. Like, hey, here's something cool. Maybe they want to check it out. So we're going to fast forward them in survival to where they can, you know, they can do some cool stuff and learn things. And I get to learn stuff along the way. So I can also, I'm going to go back up slowly here. I can also use this pack as my mod, you know, spotlight pack, because it's mostly a tech pack. And let's be honest, I mostly do tech type spotlights. You know, magic stuff, I like it, but I just never, always like Thaumcraft. Oh, I love it. I've never played it. Always wanted to. Looks really great, but I just never have. But anyway, so there's that. Let's go take a little tour of some cool stuff I can do with, you know, we can do with Lost Cities. So there's a whole bunch of config options, right? And I used one of those options to TPD. I use those options to create a world with pretty much max buildings, right? Is that right? 30,001? I believe so. So this is the world we're going to has lower land. It's like Y level 37 is where base land is. Water is at like 29. And yeah, the buildings are max 27 or 29. I think I put it at 27. And let's turn it to day here because it's on a different night cycle than the overworld. And these worlds were made with simple dimensions. But yeah, this is kind of like the downtown type area. I was thinking, you know, we got to do something. And the reason I lowered the ground level is to reduce how much stuff was having to be generated before the buildings went in. I.e., it should render quicker when you're exploring new chunks, right? So, but it's kind of weird. After I create this area, I pretty much have to lock it down because anything, when you try to explore new areas, it's going to go by the configs that I have for the default overworld right now. So we can't explore new chunks. So this will be, you know, I'm just gonna have to figure out. And I'm wondering if McJady can do something if it's on a request list to be able to have different dimensions use different configs. Like say have one config is like the Atlantis option. You know, have all the buildings in the world basically submerged in water. Have the config set for dimension, you know, 88, whatever. You know, it's the water world. And then have another, you know, like a barren wasteland in another dimension. So it could use a different config. I'm just wondering if that would be something that could be added relatively easily. Because I could certainly use it for development in this pack. But anyway. Oh, we didn't check out any subways. Subways are cool. Now, the subways do not end. They do not end. They just continually going to the next stop. No matter how far that stop may be. You may ride for a ways. And not in straight lines. So, you know, you're going to end up turning and zigzagging here and there. But, yeah, so the subways are very cool. There was something else that... Oh. I know what I was going to say. So, I have changed the configs to be more of a pristine world instead of explosions and the buildings having lots of damage and some buildings being ruined and just destroyed from the top down. I've changed a lot of that to where they're mostly a pristine building. Like you'll see a few things here or there, but for the most part, most of the buildings are intact. There's also only a 1% chance for spawners to spawn in the buildings, unlike the default 80% chance. And we need to fly way up before we teleport back so I don't get stuck in the overworld's ground when I teleport here. Yeah, these buildings are freaking really high. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be really fun to almost, you know, maybe even have a way where we could do a, maybe not this pack, but another pack, or a thought for another pack, is to do rooftop survival. A pack like this to where it's basically on bedrock. All you got's a whole bunch of buildings, and, you know, instead of doing a sky or, you know, what do you call it? I want to say sky factory, but that's not right. A sky block. Do something like, you know, rooftop survival. And just make it so deadly inside the buildings that, for the most part, people are going to stay inside or outside. Which brings us to the next point. Nutrition is a thing in our pack. Yes, we're going back to 3rd grade, and we're going to learn our nutritional food groups, because we're going to have to use those to survive. Good stuff. I wanted to make it a little more difficult, not just too OP and too easy. Which brings us to the next part. Difficulty. Down in the bottom left-hand corner. I'm going to put it up on the red thing here so you can see it. Right there. Difficulty. Bottom left-hand corner. The further you get away from spawn, the more hearts mobs are going to have. Both hostile and, I do believe, friendly will also have higher hearts. TPD. We're going back to the overworld here real quick. So that's one way to and when I say they have more hearts, I mean if you get too far away, you may find a zombie with like 250, 350, 500 hearts, you know, something just like ludicrous. Where's my map? There it is. And I need to go this way. Yeah, I'm trying not to, you know, reveal too much of the map right here around spawn. Although, what I think I'm going to do when we start our pseudo Let's Play, which is going to be like the last alpha test before I release it into beta and put it on a curse, at least get started. I want to make sure it's not going to corrupt somebody's world in, you know, 2 weeks. So we're going to have to play it for a couple weeks at least before I release it into even an alpha stage on curse, but it will be going up. Let me get the daylight going back here. So I'm trying not to reveal too much of the land here, because I still haven't decided if it's going to be a map based or you know, generic based. Either way, as we start, we'll either use a dimension like this here, which is one of my friends plays over here. He does a lot more creative type build stuff, so I got this world set up for him and some of his family to play on over here and not disrupt the other world, so he can do am I loading chunks really? I thought his base was like right here. Is his base not right here? Did I go the wrong way? Is that not where he built his base? I'm confused. Is your base this not your base? Huh. Well, alright then. Maybe this is a different world. I've been using the same seed to make comparisons, so like to have a baseline and then make changes, create a simple dimension, and be like, okay, we're not in the overworld. No, we're not in the overworld. Maybe he moved. Maybe he moved. But anyway, we can create simple dimensions like this. They don't necessarily have to be exactly the same, you know, seed, so we could, you know, use a different seed and play in that world, or we could use the overworld and pretty much force everybody else to use other dimensions. But I'd kind of like to save the overworld in case I do want to do a map-based. I can use it as the template to build, and I'll just stay in simple dimensions and other dimensions. And when it's time to release the pack, I can just remove all the dimensions and have the overworld as the main pack, you know, the main map for the pack. I said pack, blah, blah. Map, pack, pack. Yeah. Can you tell I'm tired and it's like 1 a.m.? I've been procrastinating. I've been trying to do this for a week, record this video. Because, yeah, I celebrated a year on YouTube. Ended with 1,452 subs. I'm really, really excited about that. I think that's great for 1 year. I'm really happy. So our first year wasn't bad. Hopefully our second year is going to be even better. Especially now that we have our own pack to play on and, you know, focus all of my efforts on, rather than trying to work with other people's packs that I tend to find their bugs, and then I feel obligated to try to fix them and spend way too much time. So if we're going to do that, we're going to do it in our own pack, and hopefully with a little support from the community and you all, we'll have a really cool pack here in no time. Yeah, I'm doing that circle fly thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, so try not to load too much, but I like it. I think we're off to a good start to the pack. Not playing. As far as the series goes, it's probably going to be a cross between, you know, we're playing this as a pack, but we're also trying to go ahead and get started on making quests, and hopefully you all be able to help out with some of that too. Maybe give me some good ideas. But I think once you all see where I start out, District 42, and some of the plots I got, I think you'll appreciate them as a quest, whether it's in a map or whether it's just a generic world. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and end this here. It's just kind of like a pack introduction, saying, hey, what's up? I'm going to start uploading here in a few days. Probably going to play tomorrow. I work a lot, so yeah, I may sound groggy and tired and half drunk sometimes, but we're going to test this pack and get it released here soon. Take care. Bye-bye. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.